logic at least.
That works then, I suppose. Let's hope none of our racers today have to do that, though.
Yeah, I agree. Or I think I've had a seed where you needed to, like a sword. It was an actual swordless seed where you needed to use bees to get to the top of Aghanim's tower.
Oh my.
Yeah, because that was the only damaging thing you got.
Looks like we're off, and both our runners are starting at Link's house, getting $50 for their troubles, and we'll see where they go from here. It looks like Mooch is deciding to go do the escape route, while Nahiri, she seems to be going the same way. Mooch setting up a tree pull here, while Nahiri is going straight for the uncle. Gets a couple arrows, not the worst, but you prefer to find some bombs here, I assume.
Yeah, bombs or money is what you hope to get from tree pulls.
Oh, hello. Usually. There's a lamb from Uncle. He didn't want to do any dark rooms today. And the powder. There's our first fetch quest. Though, to be fair, the powder has a couple more uses than the other fetch quest items.
Yeah, like you can heal up with it, get rid of dead rocks and stuff like that. So, it's quite good sometimes.
And we still get a pretty big sync going on here. Both opting to save and quit the Sanctuary and go check out the Lumberjack Cave, and then they're probably right off to Lost Woods and in Kakariko Village. They also both picked up 3 bombs, which is very good. They could be buying bombs with the $50 that they have right now, but bombs are probably the most important item at the beginning of a rando, especially in open mode.
Yeah, since you usually don't have any weapons to defend you with, and bombs are the first ones you get.
Oh, and there's a first map check from Nahiri. She sees that the light world has all 3 crystals. Lumberjacks are just hoarding a shield today. Nothing too fancy.
And going into the Lost Woods now. Oh, just a bomb upgrade.
Yep, just both of them making their way down to Kakariko Village now. Gonna do the normal Kak route, I'd imagine. Check out Blind's Hut, go down the well, check out the chicken house. Maybe if they find enough money, they can pay off the bottle vendor for his crappy deal that he always has.
They don't really need to find that much money, because you get 50 rupees from going, getting all the 5 rupees in both Blind's Hut and the well.
Yeah, that's true.
And what do we have here in Blind's Hut? Looks like just another crappy Blind's Hut with only a hard container so far.
Yeah, though the back seems to be paying off pretty big. On the power glove back here.
Oh, that's nice.
And now Mooch is down in the well. Hasn't picked up anything to write home about so far. Well, just as I say that, he picks up the flute.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, having that in the early game.
Yeah, definitely,
Since-
especially when you're making your Kakariko route.
Yep. Since you can activate it right here, right now, unless you forget it.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
like
usually
to
do.
forget that.
Uh,
Looks like Mooch is not forgetting about it though. Activates it right away.
yep. And just getting a hard container for his 100 rupees at the vendor.
Yeah.
Which is like it's fine, it's the better item, one of the better items you can get, but still. You would prefer progression or a weapon.
Yeah, definitely. He could have had a sword or a fire rod or Cane of Samaria, really anything. Oh, gets a very nice chicken clip though here in the chicken hut. Oh, and look what the chicken hut had for him today.
And Nahiri activating her flute on the left. And Mooch bought himself some bombs, so he can maybe kill some enemies and get some items.
Yep, well, Nahiri over here, she's farming some bombs in the bombable hut here. Which is not a bad idea. Saves you some money.
Yeah, Nahiri just farming some bombs, apparently not wanting to pay the price.
Seems like their race game is offering something good here. I didn't quite catch what Mooch saw. But since he's bombing through the wall and going for it, it must be something that he definitely wants. Oh, that's a fighter sword. Yeah, he definitely wants that.
Oh. Come on, you could have skipped that. Why?
Yeah. Boo! Early sword. Boo!
Ooh, is this even open? So I guess I wasn't right about that.
Sadly.
Mirror being trolley the seed.
No, they found some pretty good items already, considering how early in the seed it is.
Yeah, like, I think pretty much the only two things you would want right now are Moon Pearl and Hammer, so you can explore more.
Yeah, that will give you Dark World access, and really, that will be extremely good. Maybe. I'm personally always a bit wary when I get super early Dark World access, because I don't have a lot of hearts, and I still have green mail, and I die a lot.
Yeah, I practiced a lot of stuff just for that reason. And Mooch is coming up on the mini Moldom cave here in the Light World.
Yeah, and it seems like the stun price today is 5 arrows, if I saw that right. Which could come in helpful.
Yeah, it's probably only in GT, but still, it can be helpful.
Oh man, so much for late sword. Mooch picks up his master sword.
Oh no, does that mean that the Moon Pearl is on the pyramid? Oh no.
Oh bye.
I do hope it's not, for the sake of our runners. Yeah, but like in the open of old, early MS was a pretty telltale sign of Agnum being required.
Yeah, you could usually
Which
be
is
pretty
not
sure.
the case anymore, since the distribution of swords has changed a lot since then.
Yeah, and really, even though they got early Master Sword here, it it doesn't really mean anything. The race that I was commentating yesterday had very early Master Sword, and then the last 2 sword upgrades were both in GT.
Yeah, but at least with Master Sword you have the full reach of your sword, so got that going for you.
Yeah, the added length helps a lot, especially in fights like Blind or Skull with Smothula.
Yep. And apparently Nahiri isn't going for the mirror block delete in the well. In the dam, I mean. Which is fine, it's just a bit slower.
Yeah, interesting choice, but might just be tournament nerves or not practiced with it too much.
Yep. Or just simply forgetting it, that you have the mirror.
And we'll see what good old Sahasrilla has for us today. An Ice Rod, $300, and a Quiver upgrade.
Yeah, I think I like Quiver upgrades in the later stages of the game. Or no, just getting at them early, because then you usually don't run out of arrows later in the game. But if you only have 30, you tend to run out pretty fast later in the game.
Especially if you don't find silvers, and considering how helpful arrows are on a lot of the bosses in this game.
Yep.
Looks like Nahiri is now picking up her Master Sword and her green goo. I wonder if she's gonna go back and check Sick Kid right away. It wouldn't be too far off because they both have the flute already, but she might want to route that in later on.
Yeah. It takes some time checking that Sick Kid. You usually want to route that in with something else.
Yeah.
And Mooch going into Easter now, which can pay off. It might not, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by this play, but an early dip into Eastern can pay off, as you say. It looks like Nahiri is deciding that she'd rather immediately go rescue the old man and check out Death Mountain now with mirror and lamp in hand. She has total access to Hera.
Yep. Like, usually you wouldn't want to separate your Death Mountain visits, like in both east side and west side, but I mean, if you can do the full left side, it's fine to go for it. Since there might even be something in Hera, and it's a crystal anyway, so...
Yeah, and with...
good to check out.
They have everything they need to clear Hera, so it's not really a waste of time.
Yep. Like, the only situation where you regret it if the hammer is on the ether tablet, which can happen, but wouldn't be a concern now since the book is on Spectacle Rock.
Yep, there's a book up there, which means this might be a good play for Nahiri. Definitely opens up Desert. We don't know, obviously, if Desert might be boots required, so that might be a double dip as well. But Nahiri can check out the tablet here right away, and that probably is going to make her trek into Tower of Hera to see what that has for her.
Yeah. I think we're looking for Hammer and Mooper right now, since that's what's gonna open up a lot at this stage.
Yeah, it looks like Mooch is quitting out of EP. I only saw him finding a red rupee and a heart container. I'm not sure if he found a third item or if the third item is bow locked at Armos, but he definitely can continue right now.
I think he found a sword in there. Not a sword, a shield, I mean.
Yeah, he does.
At least that was the first chest.
Okay, so he got all the third items, he got all the 3 items out of EP, it looks like. It was the Fisher Price shield, a heart container, and a red rupee.
And checking out the backside of escape now. If there's a key here, you could just go into the backside, yeah. And check out that dark room chest.
Yeah, he does exactly that, while we see on Nahiri's side that apparently the basement in Hera is required. No big key up there.
Yep, and just going for the safe strat, and unfortunately not getting it.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of trouble getting on those crystal switches. Oh no! And Nahiri takes a death. That's unfortunate, but thankfully not too far away from Hera's entrance, so it's not a massive time loss.
Yeah, it's just that you have to do the entire again, which is just annoying most of the time.
Yeah, very annoying. And we see Mooch has apparently heard our pleas and has made his way up to Death Mountain now.
And Nahiri going for a second try at the tie room now. And takes another death.
Oh, that's very painful. I hope it doesn't have any consequences for her later. I know stuff like that can easily tilt you, especially if it happens early in the game. That's usually something I suffer from.
Yeah, just a lot of early deaths are quite disheartening.
And Nahiri is having no luck here with the crystal switch.
Yeah, I would
There we
just
go.
focus. I would just focus on killing all the tiles and not getting hit by them. I get that at this point it's just worth more instead of getting the invulnerability.
Yeah, as long as you
Under-
can get through the room somehow.
Yeah.
There we go. She didn't get stuck on the corner. I was afraid of that for a second, but she is totally fine. Just needs to light those torches now and pick up her big key. Grabs the magic refill. A lot of people forget about that.
Yeah, that magic refill is very nice. I like it. It helps a lot, especially in Rando. Just getting that.
Yeah, just in general, knowing where some of the big magic refills are is very helpful in Rando.
Yeah. Since a lot of weapons are dependent on magic.
And we see Mooch making his way into a Tower of Hera now. He will soon find out that he also has to do the tile room in the basement to get his big key.
Yep. And they already found one item in here, so there's probably not gonna be a lot on the top side of Hera, but maybe they can skip the big chest, which would be a plus.
Oh, and Nahiri gets trolled by a mini Moldon here, taking another death.
Yeah, that's just what can happen sometimes, because usually the poke of a sword does less damage than the actual slash, which is just annoying at times. Since you expect to one-hit something, but then you accidentally poke them instead of slashing, and then you don't kill them.
Yeah,
one
and those mini Moldorms especially can be super trolly if they want to be.
Yeah. Their movement pattern is just pretty unpredictable most of the time. They just move around wherever they want. Even worse than the regular Moldorm.
Yeah, definitely. And there's the second item in Tower of Hera, just a bunch of rubies.
Yeah. But still, if it's in that chest, at least you don't need to do bomb jump. Which can be quite the time sink if you fail it a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Especially once you fall down that hole, you fall all the way down. So it's really annoying.
Yeah. Oh no, not taking. Okay. I was afraid she wasn't taking those hearts in those parts.
Oh, has to be careful here with the jump down to Moldorm. If you get bounced back up in a weird angle, you might softlock yourself.
Oh. You can actually softlock. Okay, I haven't seen a softlock on that one yet.
Yeah,
oh, that was close. I think that was very close to a softlock.
I think if you get bounced on the railing, you can't move anymore, and then you're stuck there forever.
And
on
both
the
of
other
our
hand,
runners sitting on the Moldorm fight right now.
yeah, Mooch making short work of it. While Nahiri gets knocked off by Trolldorm, having no luck with this Tower of Hera.
Oh no, that shouldn't. Oh, that's. That just sucks. Usually, that's why we call him Trolldorm.
Yeah, exactly.
Just those kinds of instances when you just get knocked off and you don't know how.
There we go. Nahiri gets her Trolldorm finally down into the grave. Picks up her burrito and her first crystal as well.
Yep. And Mooch going for desert now.
Yeah, I like this play. As I said earlier, it might be boots lock. We never know until someone actually goes there, but it kind of feels like the seed is leading you here.
Yeah, it just... Sometimes the dungeons are just a better play. In the current logic, at least. Since they usually have a higher density of chests.
Yeah. And it's definitely boots required because the hammer is on that desert torch.
Oh, that's an interesting location for the hammer to be.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I've seen it there before. They can finish the dungeon since they got the big key, but that hammer is going to be in the back of their heads for quite a while.
Yeah, it's the search for the boots now.
And Sahasrara gives Nahiri a little tip here, telling her that her green pendant is in Swamp Palace, if I saw that right.
Oh, Swamp Palace, nice. Yeah, I just like those tiny text box hints. The bomb shop can tell you which crystals are 5 and 6 too, so just can get pretty interesting with those. Oh, and the myths in Desert Palace, so this was the correct play.
Yeah, likely. Absolutely. That is quite the loaded Desert Palace, if I say so myself. Both items really, really good.
Yeah, probably just gonna go for the ledge item and Agina's cave afterwards.
Yeah, picks up his green goo from the ledge item. Not a bad thing to have. Extra bottle, extra magic, and decides, alright, I might as well finish this up here as long as I can. Goes into the back of desert.
Yep. So he only has to come back for that hammer, which is actually quite handy since he has both his Mid's flute and his mirror, which makes the trip up here a lot easier.
Yeah, and as Chad just pointed out, and as you said earlier, this gives us a big chance of Moonpearl being a checkerboard cave, maybe.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, I like those kinds of locations. Where you don't expect an item to be like first chest in Hookshot Cave for Hookshot, or Moon Pearl in Checkerboard Cave.
We shall see what Mooch decides to do after he's done with Landmolas here.
Yeah, probably gonna do maybe Checkerboard Cave.
I think, really? I do it the other way around. I do Agina and then Flute to 6 and check Mire Shed and Checkerboard Cave. Wait, not Mire Shed.
Yeah, but you can't really check Mire Shed unless you know the Super Bunny glitch in there.
Yeah, that's true. I guess Mire Shed, man. But I'd still probably finish up the Light World checks before I do the whole Dark World and the Mirror Deck thing. I don't know. We shall see what our runners decide for here. Moucheron having a pretty good Landmolas fight considering he only has Master Sword, quote unquote.
But he did have Ice Rod, which does the same amount of damage as the Fire Rod does, but it's a bit harder to hit at times.
Yeah, I'm really terrible at aiming with Ice Rod at anything that's not a Trinex hat, and even then, I'm terrible at aiming at that head. And it looks like Mooch is deciding to go with my way. Decides to Flute to 6 and teleport into the Dark World right away.
Yeah, that's my way. Checkerboard
Wait,
first, and
oh yeah, it's your way. Trying to steal your thunder here.
Yeah, man. How dare you? Yeah, it's just because it does take some time to get to Agina's Cave from that side. And he actually didn't pick up the mids yet in Desert.
Oh yeah, Nahiri hasn't...
might come back to bite her.
Nahiri forgot about the mids. I'm sure she'll go back once she realizes that Landmolas doesn't drop an item, but that's an interesting routing choice.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, since you need to do the boss anyway, you can just try to skip the east side.
Oh, and Nahiri is going for the Ice Rod strats. Props to her for that.
Yeah, Mooch went for them too, but I don't think he hit that many shots.
Yeah, neither does. Nahiri, it seems like.
Yeah, it's just pretty hard timing to get.
Alright, still no Moon Pearl for Mooch, so unless Agina here has something for him, he'll have to do Aga, I think. And it's just a bomb upgrade, so Aga, here we come.
I think neither of them went for Hyrule Castle yet, so there's still those 3 chests.
Oh, you're right, and it looks like Mooch is back on Death Mountain. Oh, he's fluting away, okay.
Yeah, it's just the fastest save and quit spot to flute away from.
Right, he's checking Zora. He has the money for it. He doesn't have any flippers, so he'll have to leave the waterfall.
Oh no! Now you're taking a death right when she kills Landmolas.
Oh, that's painful. That is the worst kind of death. You thought you've done it, and then you just die.
Yeah, it can be quite disheartening when that happens.
Oh, the Moon Pearl is on the Zora ledge.
Oh my god.
Mooch immediately saves and quits, doesn't even bother going back to Zora to
I think I would have gone to Zora at that point. Yeah, I mean, Zora could have those flippers. If you're already there.
Imagine that. Imagine Zora having the flippers and you just saved and quit. Oh boy.
Oh no.
This could be awful, but it looks like he's deciding to either do Aga or check out Hyrule Castle first. I'm not sure which one he's going to do.
Yeah, I think I might have done Sickit just because it's so fast to do. And if the flippers are there, then you can spare yourself the trip up Aghanim.
Yeah, very true. It looks like Mooch is really trying to avoid doing Aga 1 here. Decides to go with escape route, or the beginning of escape, I guess the rescue part of escape first.
And just a heart container so far. So we're just looking for those flippers, or the boots for that matter, since
Yeah, that would
those
also
are
work.
the items that could open up some places. So I do hope Nahiri remembers to take the last 2 chests, and there's a 2. Since
Oh,
the
and
bits are
there's the
there.
flippers! Mooch did the exact right thing. Flippers and the blue guard chest here down on the way to Zelda cell. That means he now has access to the Moon Pearl.
Yeah.
He's gonna finish up his little rescue here, see what Zelda is hiding in her chest today. And it's just a burrito.
Oh.
Looks like Nahiri remembered that she still has a couple of chests open here in Desert. She's making her way over to the midst right now.
Oh yeah. So she did remember.
Yeah, thankfully. And Mooch right back to Zora area. Gonna finish that up.
Yeah, I mean, you do open up those 2 chests in the Waterfall Ferry, and you can get the Zora item and the Moon Pearl on the ledge.
Yeah, it's definitely what I would have done too. You can finish up this whole area up here and be done with it.
Yeah, I don't quite agree with quitting out before doing Zora, but
yeah, that could have
I guess it worked out for him this time.
Yeah, thankfully it did work out for him, but that could have been very
silvers.
risky. Yep, silvers in the waterfall cave looks like that's a good deal too. So that must mean that Zora doesn't have anything good, right?
Not necessarily. We'll see. Yeah, and I actually really like...
Yep, just a life lesson from Zora, sadly.
Yep.
But still, you get the Moon Pearl, exactly what you came here for. Mooch now has full Dark World access. Or not quite full, I guess. But he can definitely get to Village of Outcasts.
Yeah. Might just end up having to do Thiefstown. But I think they might avoid Thiefstown just because they know where Hammer is. So, just because you kind of want to avoid having to go back for that big chest.
Yeah, that's very true. If you already know where the hammer is, you might put off Thiefstown for a little bit, just to make sure you can full clear it once you go in there. It looks like Mooch is deciding to start out with Skull Woods right away.
Which is a fine play to make, since it does happen to have items most of the time.
Yeah, Skull Woods has really been hoarding the important items lately, it feels like. And it looks like Nahiri is deciding she wants to check out Eastern Palace too. Okay, so that's one item found in Skull Woods. Just 20 rupees.
Yeah. Just trying that bomb jump. Ooh. Yeah.
Alright, he decides to go the standard way for the big chest. Abandon the bomb jumps here. And the second Skull Woods item is sadly also a red rupee, so that's it for the Skull Woods items.
Yeah. At least you got them out of the way. So.
Yeah, at least you have them all, and you don't have to worry about stuff like Mothula dropping the big key and you having to go all the way back and stuff like that. Alright, so Mooch just making his way to the village of outcasts, gonna check out what he can find here. This seed has been very friendly to them, considering the amount of hearts that they already have 36 minutes in. Alright, Mooch picks up the cape here in the bombable hut at the south end of Village of Outcasts. I will open up the bumper cave for him if it has anything that he wants. And decides to go into Thief's Town right away. No keeping it locked up until they got the hammer. Oh, and the boots! That was a good choice for him to go into TT. That TT visit was definitely worth it for Mooch. He's gonna finish up checking out his Village of Outcast chest as much as he can. Grabs a heart piece and a single rupee from the chess game. And he might just decide to grab his hammer right away once he's done checking out the digging game, probably. Since he has the mirror, he might also decide to bring the frog back. He's already got the mitts. Oh, no froggy world tour so far. Oh man. 81 rupees, you have to pay Alec Baldwin 80 bucks to dig in his backyard.
Oh, I thought it was 90.
Nope, he just barely made it.
Oh, just barely. Yeah, Nahiri checking out back of escape right now. Just looking for those items.
Yeah, I don't think Nahiri knows that she'll find the Moon Pearl at Zora's Ledge yet. I don't think she's been there. So right now she's just looking for anything that'll help her progress further down.
Yeah.
And here we go, bringing the blacksmith back.
Oh no. And then really just realizing that you can't go through the back
Yeah.
of escape, where the big thing used to be. So it's quite disheartening sometimes.
Alright, Mooch is finishing up as much of his little tour here as he can. Brings back the blacksmiths, only gets a bunch of explosives from them. I wonder what they've been forging. And grabs Gary's chest, mirrors back, jumps down to the back cave, and let's see what the Batman has for us.
Yeah. Hoping for some progression here.
More bombs.
Oh! Just bombs around here.
And Nahiri is making the play to do the front part of escape, which will net her flippers and hopefully send her in the direction of Zora.
Yeah, fully. I mean, there are 4 chests, 4 items up there, so it's usually quite worth it.
Yeah, and I think she's running out of options too, so it's probably a safe bet to say that she's going to be going to Zora after this. Looks like Moucheron wants to up his funding a little bit. Decides to go down into the little thieves cave here and pick up his, what's it, 20, 30, 40, 50 rupees? Yeah, 50 rupees. Alright, 143, enough money to pay the greedy monkey next to Pod.
Yeah. Yeah, forgetting that money can be pretty painful.
Oh, I also have to give mad props to Nahiri here. She's doing freeze the green guard with the ice rod and then toss it at the ball and chain guard twice to kill him.
Oh yeah, that's the best way.
If you have the ice rod, just do that. Just always do that if you have the ice rod and you're going down there. That's my advice. Alright, Mooch grabbing a very disappointing Meyer shed here on his way back to Desert to grab his hammer.
And now we're seeing what the hobo has for Nahiri in a short while. At least I hope so.
Yeah, it looks like it. And Mooch just picked up his hammer, and he's going to be right on his way, fluting over to 5. And it looks like we're going to Pod. Alright, Monkey paid, while Nahiri is making her way up to the Waterfall Fairy and grabbing her Moon Pearl very soon. Alright. Mooch is grabbing a key here. Usually the front side of pod is pretty key loaded thanks to the key logic here to prevent people from soft locking anywhere. So it might be a while till we see an actual item out of pod for Mooch here. Oh, there's the half magic for Mooch and the vanilla big key chest and pod. That's a good find.
Oh yeah, that's pretty convenient, having half magic. Ooh, nice.
Making very short work of these mimics with the silver arrows. Everything is basically dead in one hit. More keys. Alright, let's see here on Nahiri's side. She just picked up her moon pearl from Zora. Let's hope she also decides to dive into Thieves Town, which not only had the boots, but also the bow in the first 4 chests. We're gonna see a hammer yum from any of these people?
I'm doubting it.
Yeah, me too. That's not something I do. Alright, Mooch finds the big key, which is nice to have here instead of having to go all the way to the boss and then back to the big chest. Oh, and there's the bombo that they need from Meyer, so Mooch is another step closer to go mode here.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of items to get.
Yeah,
You
obviously.
still need that fire rod for Skywoods.
Mm-hmm.
The Cane of Samaria, Hookshot, and yeah, it's basically.
I think that's pretty much it. And it looks like Nahiri does the right move here, decides to dive into TT2, will be picking up her bow and her boots here.
Yeah. Would be quite interesting if Hookshot happens to be Meyer locked somehow.
I'm still
Which could
holding
happen.
out. I'm still holding out hope for Hookshot and Hookshot Cave.
Yeah. I mean, they technically can access it now.
Yep, with the
Oh,
hammer,
not technically,
definitely.
they can access it. But
I mean, they've gotten all these items handed to them pretty free, I'd say, without trying to put down our runners. There has to be at least one item that trolls them, right? It can't be a completely free seed.
yeah, man, everyone has to get their trolls in.
The more trolls, the better. Yeah, Sports have to point out here, Nahiri decided to mirror out of TT and go back to get her hammer right away, which hopefully means she'll just grab her hammer and go right back into TT to finish it up completely.
Yeah, and I do hope she also checks that Meyer shot since she's here.
And it looks like that's exactly what she's going to do.
And we're coming up on that Hammersaw fight, which is kind of scary with how low health Mouche is at the moment, but should be quite easy, especially with silver arrows, since you can just one-shot him in the second phase.
Yeah, it really depends on how trolly he wants to be with those fireballs. Mouche already getting the first one here, but it looks like he's absolutely fine.
Oh, I didn't even notice that Nahiri didn't even go for a checkerboard cave when she could have.
Oh, and there's our second sword upgrade for Mouche. Dropped from Helmasaur, he's now a tempered sword.
Oh,
And, of course, his third crystal.
that's pretty convenient.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now he only needs to find a couple of mail upgrades, and he'll be pretty fine.
Oh. Yep. So, where might that cane be? And hookshot and fire rod.
That's a good question.
I mean, it could just be over on East F Mountain.
Yeah, especially since East F Mountain, with both access to the light and dark world side of it, has a lot of chests for you to check. And it looks like Nahiri is thinking what we're thinking, because she's making her way there right now. Oh god, grab that fairy. Oh, that troll fairy. God, how awful.
Yeah, fairies can be pretty trolly. Just because they don't want to move the way you want them to.
Yeah, especially up here. Oh no. Oh, here he takes a death.
Oh no. But at least you can still start up here around Death Mountain and try again.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but it's annoying since you have to go the long way around to get to the east side.
Yeah.
Alright, Mouche finding, just finishing up EP here. Grabbing the burrito from the Armless Knights, making short work with the silver arrows, of course.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient if they only take one arrow instead of 3.
Absolutely. Alright, let's see here. It looks like Mouche has decided to also check out East Death Mountain, while Nahiri is making her way through Spiral Cave. And she just gets a couple of bombs for it.
Yeah, quite unfortunate.
But at least she's on the east side now. Time to see what the 7 chest cave has for us today. The bottom 2 chests have nothing. No, and Mooch decides he wants to check out the Dark World here first. Or he just wants to place a convenient mirror spot, I guess. But as we can see in Nahiri's side, that 7 chest cave really wasn't worth the time. Bunch of money, bunch of heart pieces, bunch of bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just annoying. Just when you get up there, get those 7 chests, hoping for some progression, and then you only get money.
Yeah, very disappointing. Looks like there's only a heart piece on the floating island, so that's not worth it either.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, technically, swamp is open now. We'll have to see when they go in there. Oh yeah, and so is Ice Palace, since they can access bombos. So that would be quite annoying to have to deal with that. Yeah, and at least that Rock doesn't require bombos as well, so they already know they don't need to go in there if they don't find Ether.
Yep.
And the high five happening over here.
Yep, and the high five.
Okay.
Aww, the dream is dead.
Oh no.
No hookshot in Hookshot Cave. But we're at 13 hearts now for Mooch, and at 12 hearts for Nahiri.
Yeah, that's actually quite a lot.
Oh, Spike Cave, I forgot about that. They have all the stuff that they need to get through here, so that's probably a good choice. And it's yet another heart. Alright, looks like Mooch is saying, okay, I have no other choice than to dive into Mire here without the cane.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, there's really not much else where you can look. But I kind of do prefer checking Swamp.
Yeah,
At
I
that
probably would have gone to Swamp before Mire, just because I don't like Mire that much, but we shall see. And we're getting the first hype cave check from Nahiri over here. So far, not very hype. And it sticks to being not very hype.
Yeah, I kind of prefer going to Mire when I can complete it. But I guess you technically don't want to go into pendant dungeons.
Yeah, if you can avoid them, I suppose. But Swamp is just such a weird dungeon with a lot of items that you can potentially find, and it's the green pendant at least, so you might have another item.
Thing is, they can't complete Swamp either, so...
True, that's very true. They don't have the hookshot, and unless it's a trolley hookshot in its vanilla location, or at least its vanilla dungeon. Well, Mooch gets a blue boomerang as his first Mire item, so that's not looking too great.
Yeah. And I'm quite surprised that Nahiri hasn't gone back to Thieves Town yet, which would net her the bow. So...
Yeah, that's a little bit worrying. Maybe she doesn't think there might be another item in there, especially since it's a pendant dungeon.
Oh yeah, I guess. But still...
yeah, she should.
I mean, why else would you leave right away to get the hammer if you didn't want to go back later?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
I would at least prefer finishing Thieves Town over checking Swamp without hookshot.
Yeah,
Since
at least
you can actually find everything in Thieves Town.
We'll see. Maybe this pays off for her. Maybe she'll find Cane of Samaria or a hookshot.
Hookshot. Yeah, that would be pretty good.
She just absolutely can't forget about the chest she left in TT because that bow is absolutely 100% required.
Yeah, it's required every seed.
Can't get around that. Can't throw your arrows, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Yeah, you just can't kill red mimics or Igors without a bow.
And it looks like on Mooch's side over here, he'll have to do the torch rooms with only the lamp, which is always a little bit annoying, having to push those blocks out of the way instead of just being able to use that moving block glitch where you can shoot a fire out through it.
Yeah, but it's still workable.
Yeah, at least he's
just takes a bit longer.
At least he can actually go through here and do most of it. He can't finish it, as you mentioned earlier, but
yeah, that's actually quite risky going for the torches right away, since it's a pretty tight timing.
Yeah, I usually
he gets it.
I just move all the blocks out of the way and then go back to light the torches, but it seems it worked out quite fine for him. Gets a burrito for his troubles, which means, as far as I know, Vitreous must have the last item in here.
Yeah. So no cane in here. At least not yet. No, it's no cane. So we'll have to see where they find that hookshot.
Yep, looks like Mooch
I would
decides-
heavily advise towards Ice Palace at this
Yeah.
stage.
Maybe. I think I'd still do
Or-
Swamp before Ice.
I just prefer Ice because you can finish the dungeon actually, and in Swamp you can just possibly get, I think, up to 3 items.
Yeah, true.
Oh no, actually the maximum amount of items is 5 you can get. So, not 5, 4. With the left side having 2 items and the first 2 chests as well.
Mm-hmm.
So at maximum you can get 5 items. But I guess you kind of don't want to go for Ice Palace if you don't have hookshots, so I can see that too.
Well, at
Still.
least they have the boots to make the ice navigation a little bit easier, but we'll see. It looks like Mooch is deciding to check some mirror spots first before diving into any other dungeons. He's gonna see if Stump Kid has anything for him. And it's just more money. And sadly, it looks like the Swamp Palace play hasn't really paid off for Nahiri yet at all.
Yeah, there's still one more chest left, so we'll have to see.
And the
Yeah.
last chest in Swamp is a red ruby.
Oh no. Yeah, and Mooch going for that peg cave.
Yeah, seems like he's favoring overworld locations over dungeons right now. Which I can sort of understand. I'm kind of an overworld junkie myself, but you never know if you're not just wasting a whole bunch of time checking all these single item locations in the overworld.
Yeah, I mean, you could be wasting your time inside of Ice Palace as well.
Yeah, I mean,
It's kind of hard to get everything inside of Ice Palace without hookshot. So we'll
Yeah,
have to see.
I have no idea about that bomb jump over the hookshot thing in Ice Palace. I think I'd just get stuck there.
Yeah, it's quite workable, but it's hard. Still. Oh yeah, we actually haven't seen Pyramid yet, so I'm still surprised that Nahiri isn't going back into Thieves Town. Like, come on.
Yeah, just come on,
Get that
finish
bow!
it off. Get that bow. It'll help you a lot, we promise.
Yeah. Yeah. And he seems to be going up towards Pod now? Oh no.
Oh no, she gets bullied by that little tentacle monster. And so far, Mooch's overworld exploration has netted him a bunch of bombs and upgrades of various capacities, but not really any progression that he's looking for.
Yeah. Where might that cane be?
Seems like Mooch wants to get the Quakefish out of the way here.
Looks like Nahiri is at least thinking about going back into Thieves Town.
Yeah, it's looking good so far. She took a detour somewhere. Looks like she's checking out Bumper Cave too.
Oh no. Please just go for Thieves Town. Oh. Like the only reason I could understood why she mirrored out, because she wanted to go back right away to finish all of Thieves Town, but she didn't do that, so it's quite weird.
Yeah, I think she might just be expecting that that was the only item that she could find in Thieves Town with the boots, and she was happy to get them, and then all the tournament jitters and nervous stuff, you just kind of forgot about it and went right back to the hammer. Quakefish not having any progression items for our runners here either. So I think Mooch is slowly running out of options, except for all those pendant dungeons that he's been avoiding so far.
Yeah. I'm actually not quite sure myself, but there could be an item in the Thieves Town big chest. I don't quite know if they got all 4. And
oh, boots bow. That's 2. Let me think. Well, I don't think they both of them mirrored out before they got anywhere after the first 4 chests, so there might definitely at least be 1 item left, if not 2.
Yeah. Might want to check that at some point. Especially on Nahiri's side, since she didn't find the bow in there.
It looks like she's once again going for the dark world above Kakariko Village, so let's hope this time she decides to go back into TT and finish it up.
Oh no, why did she skip the King's Tomb there? She could have just gotten it with the mids.
Yeah, she's probably quite nervous and a little bit confused as to where she needs to go next.
Yeah, I can understand that. And just from the looks of things, she might be having controller problems as well. Just because of how she's moving around sometimes. But
yeah.
It looks like she's going into Thieves Town now, I hope. Oh no, she's just going for Pet Cave, I think. And along with the breadsmiths.
Yeah, she seems to be doing the digging game right now, while Mooch is finally diving into that ice palace he's been rooting for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, with half magic and bombos in hand, why not?
Yeah, it's quite straightforward. Just get those chests out of the way. Hoping to find all 3 items.
Alright, so 3 bombs is the first item we're gonna get in Ice Palace here.
1 of 3.
Still 2 chances left.
Yup. Hoping it's good. Yeah, the Ice Palace gets a lot harder if you can't do the bomb jump.
Yeah,
First one at
definitely.
least.
It definitely gets a lot longer, especially if you also don't have the Cane of Samaria, which can help you out even if you don't know how to do the bomb jump.
Yeah.
It seems that Mooch is quite practiced, though. He gets the little 2 Stalfos for 1 bomb thing right away. He's also set up to do the bomb jump, I believe. Alright, let's see how this bomb jumping works out for him. Oh no. Alright, second try, that's not bad. No, Nahiri checking out Batman. We already know, sadly, that he doesn't have anything worthwhile here. Alright, we're coming up on the next 2 chests for Mooch here in Ice Palace. Let's see if you can maybe finally get something worthwhile out of here.
He sure is hoping for that. Maybe
Oh,
Cane of
look
Samaria.
at that. It's a fire rod.
Oh no.
Slashes.
That up. Ooh. I do hope he's continuing to. Okay.
Yeah, look. Like
I was afraid that he wasn't gonna finish the dungeon here.
Yeah, for a second it looked like he was like, okay, fire rod, I'm out of here. But thankfully he decided to continue and be on his merry way. Now with both fire rod and bombos in hand, the boss here is no problem at all anymore if he decides to kill it.
Yeah, but there's really no reason to, since we know that it can't be pedestal, since the swamp requires hookshot, so that can't be there, and oh wait, no, I was looking at it wrong. It actually could be required for Cane of Samaria.
But we'll see. I mean, I think he's still missing 1 item out of Ice Palace. So he might kill the boss anyway, just to see what the last item is. Oh yeah, and as chat points out, it could also be Ether and Pedestal, which we need to get in the Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, that could happen too. So, yeah, well, when I said that, I was assuming that Turtle Rock was a pendant dungeon, but it's actually not, so...
Yeah, that's just your wishes seeping into your head.
Yeah, I always want Turtle Rock to be a pendant dungeon.
Oh man, and he gets the hookshot in Ice Palace too. That means, alright, I'm out of here.
Ha! Told ya! Told ya!
Burn the witch! Burn him!
No! No! Finish it! No! Oh no! It just takes so much longer to get back into there.
Yeah, now we really gotta hope it's not a pedestal required seat, or he'll have to do quite some backtracking.
Yeah, but At least, I'm assuming at least that he's going for Swamp. Where is he actually going?
Well, looks like he's at least taking the warp there, but we'll find out in a second. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I think I would have just finished Skullwoods first and checked the pedestal just to be sure.
Yeah, I like that decision. Skullwoods is a crystal anyway. You also get access to the double-chested fairy if you finish Skullwoods now. And you can check the pedestal and see if you've done goofed up or not.
But I guess now that he's done the other 2 pendant dungeons, let's go for the 3rd as well.
Yeah, it can hurt. The only way it can hurt is if he finds out he actually has to kill all 3 pendant bosses too. Looks like on Nahiri's side, she's gonna take her first dip into Skullwoods now. Gonna find out that the 2 great items in here are 2 red rupees.
Yeah, but I do hope she's gonna go for a pedestal check, because I kinda wanna know if there is up there.
Yeah, I would definitely always check the pedestal if I have the book and I'm in the area. Judging from some of the seeds I've commentated and some of the qualifiers I've played, never trust the pedestal.
Yeah. Not quite sure what Nahiri was trying to do there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm seeing her try the bomb jump to the big chest right now, but she's not having a whole lot of luck with it, sadly.
Yeah, not quite high enough. I think she's like 1 or 2 pixels too low.
For some reason, I can get the Hera bomb jump pretty easily, but I can never really get that Skullwoods bomb jump. It's kind of harder to set up.
It's actually the same setup, so...
Yeah, but you got that nice little square of light pixels under you in Tower of Hera that makes her line up perfectly.
Yeah, okay, I'm kinda using the hole for the setup, so...
Ah, okay, yeah.
That's why it's the same for me. But I guess you could use other pixels as well.
I just kind of try to eyeball the Skullwoods one, and usually I fail horribly.
Yeah. I guess it's harder to not use the hole in the Skullwoods one.
And there we go, she picked up her second red rupee.
Nice. I do hope we're gonna see a pedestal check now. I want to know what's up there.
Well, at the worst, we'll find out when the credits start playing.
Yeah, but then it doesn't really matter anymore, because we know it's not required.
Yeah, I know, but what can you do?
Which is... yeah.
Alright, Nahiri, go back to Thieves Town now.
Please! You want that bow?
And yeah, we're looking good. Back to Thieves Town we go. And
Finally.
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
I was just gonna say it also looks like Mooch has done some item counting here in Swamp Palace, because he is definitely finishing it up, or at least going down as far as he can until he picks up that last item.
I mean, you kind of cannot get all the items just from the first few chests.
Yeah, that's very true. With the key logic and everything, it's kind of impossible to get all 5, I think, items out of Swamp just from up above.
But sometimes you can skip that left side, since there could be just Burrito and Compass over there.
We got required ether out of Swamp Palace.
So I guess the pedestal hype is dead now.
Yep. No more pedestal hype. I suppose, can the cane not be on there anymore, I guess? Alright, Mooch is deciding to finally kill his first pendant boss.
Yeah. I mean, it is the green pendant, so could hold the cane for him.
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
Alright, green pendant dungeon finished up while Nahiri has finally picked up her bow and seems to be willing to finish up Thieves Town, at least check out the rest of the chests.
Yeah. I would like to see Kane in the big chest.
Oh man.
Might just make the race a bit more interesting.
Yeah, I'd like that. I think the next play for Mooch here is probably Turtle Rock, right?
No, you actually can't do anything in
Oh,
Turtle Rock
right. He doesn't have the
without
cane.
the cane. It's probably Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, it really kind of has to be in there. I'm still wondering.
Or Thieves Town big chest.
Is it not possible for the cane to still be on pedestal?
Someone in chat pointed out that there's a guaranteed small key on Colster, and in that case, if that's true, then the cane has to be available without Ice Palace.
Oh, okay.
But I don't quite know if there's a guaranteed small key on Colster, so...
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either, but usually our chat is pretty knowledgeable about stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm trusting you, chat. Don't let me down.
Yep. And Nahiri picking up blind. Probably going for the big chest now. To see what's up there.
And it's not that great. So, big chest TT hype, sadly.
Oh, it's just a compass. Okay, yeah.
Alright. Over on Mooch's side, we're seeing him finishing up Skullwoods, and he's doing a pet check. So here we go. We already know it really can't be that much anymore, but we'll see. Maybe we're wrong.
Yep.
Just couch cash, move along. Oh,
Yep.
here he really has to be careful here in the blind find, already down to 1 heart.
Yeah, but... Oh no, wait, never mind.
Oh, that cape delay. You never expect the cape to have a little bit of a delay before you can activate it, and it costs her.
Oh no. Yeah, Mooch just finishing up. Scarwoods right now. Probably gonna go for the hookshot cave right afterwards.
This also opens up the double-chested fairy for him, so he might be checking that out.
Yeah, I guess. Depends on what he wants to do first. Could also do Sahasrara. Check what he has.
Oh yeah, that guy exists too.
Yeah. I mean, he did get that green pendant out of Swamp.
Alright, very nice Matila fight. Finishes up with only 2 hearts left, but no problem. Patience paying off once again here. And it seems like with her newfound bow, Nahiri is making her way over to pod, finishing that up.
Yep.
And as you said, Mooch is gonna check what Sahasrara has for him with that green pendant.
Yep. We were just a little high five right there, even though they were in different worlds. Still counts as a high five.
Trans-dimensional high five.
Yeah. Best kind of high five. And just a red rupee.
Yep, here, you brought me back my old lost pendant, have 20 bucks for it.
Okay, going for a Church Cave now. Which I guess is okay, since you can just go ahead and finish up Turtle Rock when you're here.
Assuming he gets the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah. Which is why I probably would have preferred going for Fat Fairy first.
Yeah, at least you get that out of the way, so if it turns out that Cane of Samaria isn't in here, you might have to backtrack all the way to the bomb shop and then back to the double-chested fairy.
But at least you could have Turtle Rock as your last dungeon at that point.
Yeah, which is always very nice because you're right next to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. Since you need to take a Dark World portal on East Death Mountain if you want to go to GT every time anyway, you kinda want to have that.
Alright, Hookshot Cave, show us your riches. Butter Sword. No Cane of Samaria, but a Butter Sword.
Yep. So the Cane's gotta be a Pyramid Fairy now.
Yeah, I think they've checked pretty much everything else. Oh no, Nahiri takes a fall on the tile bridge here in pod.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, and on the other side, Mooch is going for that Pyramid Fairy. Going to grab his, or most likely grab his cane, unless we missed something somewhere.
Yeah, if the
Somehow.
cane isn't in here, I'm lost. I'm officially
me too.
lost.
There's not that much that could be left.
Alright, there we go. Slashes the Jess a couple of times just in frustration. So, that means official go mode for Mooch at the 1 hour and 35 minute mark.
Yep.
Probably gonna finish up Meyer first, just for the reasons that you mentioned earlier. Having to rocket your last dungeon makes it super quick to get over to Ganon's tower. So, would you call that Cane of Samaria trolley? Because, I'd say this seed wasn't really all that trolly.
Yeah, it was quite alright. I guess that Fire Rod and Hookshot in Ice Palace quite annoying to deal with.
Yeah, it was
I guess Ice Palace tends to have a lot of progression items these days, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, if anything, this seed showed everyone that you must absolutely not ignore Pendant Dungeons in V26. We had Boots and Bow and Pendant Thieves Town, and Hookshot and Fire Rod in Pendant Ice Palace, so that's kind of crazy.
Yep. And required ether in Pendant Swamp Palace, so every Pendant dungeon had a required item.
Yep, so if you're taking any lesson home from this, remember, never ignore Pendant Dungeons.
And Nahiri coming up on the chest with keys in pod. Just gotta make it that much easier to finish the dungeon.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good, pretty easy rest of the way through the dungeon here. Let's hope for the best.
Oh, and she tries to go for that bonk over to the bridge, but doesn't quite get it. Gets popped by the Jolly instead.
Taking another painful death here.
Oh no. At least she doesn't have to go for that bonk again.
Yeah, she'll come out right where she wanted to be anyway, so...
Yep.
Could be worse. Over on Mooch's side, he decides to not go for the silver arrow stripes, instead takes out his cape and with a butter sword. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, it's just so funny, just dashing through Vitreous. Oh, but he's not dashing. It's bad, man. I like dashing a lot more. It's more fun. How dare you not enjoy the fun?
Also, hello, Cane of Brian from Vitreous for some reason.
Yeah, and on the other side, Nahiri picking up that half magic, which will make the rest of the seed quite a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And if she does decide to finish that dungeon, which I hope she does, she'll also be picking up her Tempered Sword, which is also another nice little convenience item to have.
I mean, there's literally no reason to not finish the dungeon right now.
Yeah, it's very true. Helmosaur obviously carries an item, and you're still looking for stuff, so why would you not finish it up?
Yeah, and it's crystal that you need
Oh, right.
to finish the game.
Somehow I was in pod dependent mode. I'm not sure why.
Not every dungeon is a dependent dungeon.
It sure feels like it sometimes.
Yeah. I can understand that sentiment. And for some reason, Nahiri still has 2 keys. Don't know for which doors they are.
I think she hasn't been to the part yet up past the falling tile bridge. I think she got knocked off a couple
yes,
times.
she's been behind that. She picked up bombos already, but I don't know if she went for the big chest yet.
Ah, okay. Meanwhile, Mooch making his way into his last dungeon, Turtle Rock. Unfortunately, one of the dungeons that isn't really that much of a time save. If you can do it in go mode, you still have to go through pretty much everything.
Yeah, most of the time it's just dependent on where the keys are placed. If you can make it faster.
Yeah, exactly. If you're lucky and you have a spare key at the end, you might be able to skip the laser bridge, but a lot of the times it feels like the last key you need is somewhere in one of those 4 chests.
Yeah. And it's especially grueling if the big key happens to be in its vanilla location.
Oh, yeah. Nahiri making her way through the dark maze here, which is thankfully not that dark for her anymore.
Yeah, they did find that light lantern quite early, so no problem at all. No need to do that in the dark.
There really haven't been any dark rooms this seed. I think Lamp was one of, if not the first item that they picked up from Uncle.
Yep. So it was the second item right after those 50 rupees in Link's house.
Oh yeah, you're right. I had those 50 rupees in Link's house. Oh, look at that, a shovel! Getting a little shovel love out of Turtle Rock here. Don't think he's gonna check that for some reason.
Why might that be?
I'm not sure. He could be curious what someone hid
buried in
the
that. Yeah.
Might be a mail upgrade, which is definitely not something you need, but also definitely something you enjoy having.
Yep.
Alright, Nahiri making her way to the backside of Pod now, getting closer and closer to Helmosaur, while Mooch is taking some trips through some pipes.
Yep. Let's see if he goes for that big chest skip. Big key chest skip. I'm guessing so. I didn't see if it's if it has the big key. No, it doesn't. So sure hope he's going for that skip. Oh, apparently no, he can't. Yeah, he accidentally opened that chest.
Yeah, trading
that door. I mean,
trading a key for 50 bucks.
Not worth it at this point in the game.
Nope, definitely not.
Yeah, now he can't afford to skip the big chest as well. Which would be quite a gamble. Even if he didn't accidentally open that door.
Yeah.
If both the big chest and the big key chests have a small key, then you can't progress further in the dungeon. So it's quite a big risk, skipping the big chest.
Yeah, I think I'd only do that if I really felt like I had to make a big gamble on something, because it's just too risky for me otherwise.
I mean, it's pretty much not worth it most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
Because you don't really save that much time. But in this seed, they could have skipped that big chest.
Yep, it looks like it.
And the Hammersaur fight coming up now for Nahiri. Barely making it over there with just 2 hearts left.
Mooch trips on the edge of a Samaria platform and takes a little dive down the hole before he actually gets on it. That's happened to me at least a million times.
Yeah, that's quite annoying when that happens.
And
Just
as we
barely
said
missing.
earlier, he cannot afford to skip Laser Bridge because he's short a key. Here we go with Brian strats. So far it's a burrito and 3 bombs. And a heart piece. And now he's out of magic. Alright, decides to gulp down a blue potion in preparation for the Trinex fight. And of course, the key is in the last chest you check.
That's how it always ends up in the end.
Yeah, isn't it always like that? Alright, so Nahiri having no problems with Helmasaur, picking up her Tempered Sword and making her way into Eastern Palace right away.
Yep.
While we're coming up on the Trinex fight here for Mooch, I'm hoping to see a backdoor, considering he has Butter Sword.
I mean, you could go for that, but it's quite a tight timing.
Yeah, he decides
Like your
not to do
dash
it.
has to be, your dash has to be on point to get behind Hammersaur. Not Hammersaur, Trinex like that.
Yeah, it's not a huge time loss if you don't get it. He just snaps his hand a few once. It's like, I don't know, what is it, like 2 or 3 seconds?
Yeah, it's just okay.
No problem with the Trinex fight at all. Picks up a compass and his last crystal, and we're off to Ganon's Tower. So, my good friends in the chat, you know what Ganon's Tower means. We have 22 chests to check. What do you think will be the number of the right chest that has the big key in Ganon's Tower today? Do you have a number that you pick usually?
Not anymore. Like I used to always say 13 or something, but now I usually just guess any number that's inside the Starforce room. So that would usually be, I'm guessing 6 today. So that would mean the third. No, I can't do math. It's the second chest in the Starforce room if Mooch decides to go for the 2 chests on the right first.
Okay. My guess is, as always, number 8.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
see where we go. First chest has a red rupee. Second chest has a green rupee, so that's 2 down.
Yep.
The torch has a red rupee, so it looks like Ganon put all his riches into his tower today.
Yeah, but that would make him quite poor. I mean, Link has 600 rupees and he paid the Zora 500 already.
Hey, come on, Ganon's already had 41 rupees and now another 50 in the next chest, so... And some bombs. Looks like we're both wrong so far.
Yeah, that can happen.
And another small key.
Yeah, probably gonna be in the random room or something like that. Oh, nice. Going for the ether.
Yeah, that's a really nice strat. And still no big key in sight for Mooch here. Will it be on the right side again?
We'll have to see. But, I mean, there are still 9 chests left on the left side, so... And only 5 on the right.
Yeah, he still
There's
has
really
quite
no
a
reason
couple
to
left
go
to
there
check.
yet. Yep. And Nahiri is going somewhere. I don't really know what she's going for right now, since she did everything on Death Mountain that she could have done already.
Is she going for Turtle Rock? She can't be because she can't open it, and I think she knows that too. Maybe she hasn't checked. No, she has checked out the east side of Death Mountain in both Light and Dark World, right?
Yep.
And there's the big key for Mooch and the second chest in the rando room. I kind of stopped counting, to be honest.
I think that's number 11, so no one got it right this time.
Yep, looks like we were all wrong.
Yeah. You can't always be right.
Yeah, exactly. Not too bad. Alright, so Nahiri takes the Turtle Rock warp and decides to make her way over to the west side. I'm not 100% sure where she's going. Is she checking Spike Cave, maybe?
Yeah, but why is she going that huge roundabout way for that?
I think not to put any of her runners down, but she seems to be quite inexperienced in rando, just from her playstyle and her decision making. So maybe it's just something she hasn't practiced too much yet, and that's the first thing that came to mind on how to get back up there really quickly.
Yeah. I hope she remembers that the cape has late activation this time. Okay, she does.
Mooch continuing with his ether strats here, has no patience for any of the Stalfos.
Yeah, I can understand that. Those guys are annoying at times.
Yeah, they can troll you really hard if they set their mind to it.
Yep. And Mooch just making quick work of that gauntlet so far.
Yeah, doing a great job coming up on his Land Mollusk 2 fight now with the silver arrows. Let's see. Beautiful, 3 arrows, 3 dead worms.
And she's finally checking that King's Tomb, which she skipped earlier.
Yep, sadly only got a heart container out of it, but at least that's not on her mind anymore. Let's see where she decides to go now.
Yep, and Mooch making quick work of Lenmola this time. No problem with the silver arrows over the ice rod.
Oh, and Mooch misses the right torch for a second time here. Having some trouble getting everything lit up as much as he wanted to.
Yeah, just sometimes the lamp is just weird with its hitbox.
makes it through. Now let's hope for no GT despawn here for any of them.
Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen anyone go for that. Usually they just fire out the last torch on the bottom.
Yeah, that's usually what you see, but as long as you get through.
Yep, doesn't really matter.
Decided to check one last chest in hopes of finding a mail upgrade, I'm guessing.
I know he forgot to get a key, but he'll realize soon enough. I sure hope he's not gonna mirror out.
No, he's going right back to the mini Homosaurus and grabbing the key that he needs. And we see Nahiri taking the very necessary dip into Ice Palace here with only bombos.
Yep. She's gonna find herself that fire rod as well as the hookshot, so there's way more room to progress after that.
Yeah, very good choice from her side there. And the validation burrito.
Oh yeah, I've actually never seen a validation burrito yet. I don't know why.
That's true, you seldomly see the map in that chest.
Yeah, probably because I usually don't check the validation chest.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah. I'm too much of a tryhard.
Gets a double on this first round. Gets another double on his second round. And can he get a third double? Nope, just a single. So that means one hit left and Aghanim 2. Oh god, that's a terrible setup. But he gets it anyways. So at 1 hour 56 or almost 57, we have Mooch just waiting for the swag dog that could never be in the Dark World before, but somehow it picks us up from Ganon's tower and drops us off at the pyramid.
Yeah, it's because of Aghanim's presence being gone, you know?
Oh, I see. That's actually that's a good enough
that's
explanation.
actually the only explanation I can think of.
That's absolutely good enough for me. As long as there's some sort of lore explanation, I'm good to go. But, just to counteract that right away, that means after Aga 2 you should be able to flute anywhere in the Dark World, which you can't.
Yeah, but maybe there's just no checkpoint for the duck to flute to.
There's no official swag landing spots.
Yeah. I mean, it can't carry you to Turtle Rock either, so which would be quite handy. If
it can if you're playing the wonderful GBA version, which I hope nobody ever plays. Alright, and it looks like he has zero problems with this Ganon fight. He's already in phase 3, just getting troll teleported a whole bunch of times here.
Yeah. Sure hope he's not getting those 40 teleports, which actually is a possibility.
40? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty low, but it's possible.
Alright, that's 2 silver arrows in Ganon. That means 2 more to go. And there he goes. Mooch being the winner of our first game here. He's gonna be walking through the lit up door in just a second here. And there he goes. Finishing up with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 59 minutes and 12 seconds. Just barely below the 2 hour mark.
Yeah. GG. Oh man.
GG indeed. Let's see if we can get Mooch in here for a post-game interview while we follow Nahiri on her trek through Ice Palace.
Yeah, and Nahiri is struggling still with that bomb jump.
Yeah, she decides to forego it, which I can totally understand. You don't want to take a death here and do the whole track back down.
Yeah, but how the dungeons is set up, it won't matter, since she can find all the items without going towards Goldstair.
Yeah, that's very true. Alright, so we're just waiting for Mooch here. He's almost ready for his post-game interview. While Nahiri is hopefully being careful with the rest of Ice Palace with only 1.5 hearts left.
Yep.
And there he is. Hello, Mooch and GG. Congrats to your win. Oh, 1 second, I think someone needs to get Mooch unmuted in here. There we go, you should be able to talk now.
Yes, hi.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
GG.
Hello. How are you?
How did you like that seed?
I didn't like it.
Why is that? The Pendant Dungeons had so much good things for you.
Yeah, especially when you don't go in it and do everything else before.
Yeah.
Yeah, my routing was I did like everything before doing what I needed to do, but still won, so that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good showing here, and even though you say your routing was a little bit suboptimal, I don't think anyone can really blame you for that, because who expects 2 needed items in 1 pendant dungeon, and then another 2 needed items in a second pendant dungeon, and just to top it all off, needed ether in Pendant Swamp, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. I feel there was something in Ice Palace, but I couldn't told myself to go there early, so I did a little Walter.
Yeah, we quite enjoyed it, and I personally can't blame you for not going into Ice Palace at all. I'm not a huge fan of Ice Palace in the first place, and if you don't have the Fire Rod and only bombos, it's a little bit...
And yeah, no shot, and he was in the very last chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not a nice trip.
I think that's the only chest it can be in, actually. Or at least it can't be on the right side, since that's hookshot locked in the logic.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, after Ice Palace, I could go to either Swamp or Hookshot Cave, and decided to go pendant into pendant. And for once, it was the smart choice. But yeah, after that, did Hookshot Cave for nothing. Instead of going into Skullwoods, then Fat Fairy first, which would have been a better choice. Now that I think of it, even if Fat Fairy had nothing, I could have done Hookshot Cave into Turtle Rock directly.
Yeah.
That also did Eastern and nothing. That's not what happened in my in a few seeds in a row. For once, there was nothing in Eastern. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, quite
Yeah,
surprising.
apparently. Go ahead.
I was just saying, quite surprising that Eastern didn't have anything for a change. Usually, early Eastern always has something, at least one
Yeah.
item.
Yeah, usually I like to go Eastern when it's a Crystal dungeon. But no, this time it was Hyrule who had a lot of things, if I remember correctly. Yes, there was flippers in Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Castle. And of
Yeah.
course I went to Zora first, because why not?
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
made in the end it was the right choice to save and quit immediately, but we were a little worried for you, because what would you have done if Zora had the flippers?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't think of that at the moment, but yes, could have been wrong.
But it all worked out just nicely for you, so again, good game, congrats on your win.
Yeah,
Was
thanks.
this your first match in your group?
No, not in my group. I think there was one already.
Oh, okay, but it was your first match.
Yes, it was my first.
Alright, so you're now up 1-0, having a good start to the tournament, I'd say.
Yes.
Alright, well, feel free to stick around if you want to. I just got word from an admin that we might have to cut Nahiri's stream short, unfortunately, because there's the next race coming up very soon, so we might not be able to watch her finish.
Okay.
Thanks for the interview. So, and GG on the win.
Yes, thanks again, and thanks for the commentary. Good job.
Thanks. Good luck on the rest of your tournament, and we'll be sure to see you again soon.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, friend. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and this wraps up our coverage of this race. Thanks for sticking by. Make sure to follow the runners, and thank Alvi for the restream. Was a bit hard to set up so far. We had some problems, but it all went down quite nicely in the end. So
Yeah, sadly,
thanks everyone.
we do have to cut it off now, but as Vasco said, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for sticking around. GG to both Mooch and Nahiri. Thanks to LV for the wonderful restream setup and all the work that he's providing. Thanks to the admins. Thanks to our wonderful tracker Vitasia, of course. And I hope you have a good time. Give everyone a follow. Follow Vascos. Follow the runners. Follow Vitasia. Follow me if you have to. And stick around for the next race, and I hope you have a great evening. We'll be seeing you in the next rando.
Until then, goodbye.
Bye-bye.